Kit, radio within reach, avoid staying in flooded rooms, move to higher ground. In case of emergency, call the numbers on your screen.
Dial *524# today. If you believe you're the smartest and you deserve a spot on the Bongo Quiz show, play now. You can test your skills by playing Bongo Quiz, Bongo Express, or Bible Study. There's a million questions from different categories to be answered. Dial *524# and test your skills.
Good evening and welcome to the Legends edition. My name is Yambo. Tonight, heavy rains spanning several parts of the country continue to cause havoc as ongoing disarmament operation in the North Rift region recovers more than 2,000 illegal firearms in efforts to find lasting peace in the conflict-prone region. And in sports, at the tail end of the bulletin, the Kenya's mixed relay team storms into the World Championships with a record-breaking performance. Keep it like the Legends edition for the details, but first a look at the highlights.
Watu wamefanya hizi vitu wanajulikana kwa jina. Wanajua kwa majina, wanajua majina, wanatumia M-Pesa, wanajua hata namba zao za simu, hata wanajua namba ya ID. Lakini mpaka wa leo hakuna hata mmoja ameshikwa.
A somber mood at the Requiem Mass for victims of the killings in Mwingi as leaders demand the arrest of the culprits. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka roots for unity in the opposition to form a formidable alternative government.
So hii kitu ilitokea karibu saa 8:30. Ilianza na maji ya red. Wanaona dalili ya kuwa inaenda kukatika.
And 5 families narrowly escaped death following a landslide in Keyo North constituency. Caroline Njoroge is our sign language interpreter tonight. Now let's go to Mwingi, where leaders from Kitui County are calling for the immediate arrest of the perpetrators of the Sekuru clashes that left 7 people dead during a requiem mass for the victims at Sekuru Primary School. The leaders further urged their residents to remain calm as investigations into the matter continue. The killings sparked tensions between communities along the border of Kitui and Garissa counties.
In a memorial service for the 7 victims of Sekuru clashes in Kitui that saw friends, family and local leaders alike gather at Sekuru Primary School to pay their last respect for the deceased. Leaders questioned why days after the unfortunate incident, no single arrest has been made.
Watu wamefanya hizi vitu wanajulikana kwa jina. Wanajua kwa majina, wanajua majina, wanatumia M-Pesa, wanajua hata namba zao za simu, hata wanajua namba ya ID. Lakini mpaka wa leo hakuna hata mmoja ameshikwa. Je, kweli hiyo ni ugwana?
While dismissing claims of fueling ethnic violence in the killings, the leader's father appealed to the residents to keep calm and allow investigative agencies to get to the bottom of the matter.
Mimi nimeongea na wabunge wa Northeastern, watu wa Mandera, watu wa Wajir, na wamesema kama leaders sisi hatutaki vita. Hakuna vita baina ya Mkamba na Msomali. Tuko na vita na wahalifu.
Governor Julius Malombe, on his part, called on the national government to operationalize 6 police stations that have been constructed across the county to beef up security.
Tafadhali operationalize those police stations. Iweke askari kama ilivyofanya hapa kwa Kamari, walilete askari 30, kulikuwa na wengine 3 na tumeelezwa wataongeza wengine 30, wote wawe 60 wa GSU.
After the service, the bodies of the 7 will be ferried to their individual homes for interment. Isofar reporting for the Legends edition.
And to the rains causing havoc across the country, more than 5 families in Kipla village, KU North constituency, are living in fear after narrowly escaping death during a landslide that struck the area at 1 a.m. last night. The incident is said to have been triggered by the ongoing heavy rains across the country, which caused a section of the escarpment to collapse due to high water pressure from the highlands.
Victor Kiprotich, whose house was flooded and damaged by water and mud, recounted their narrow escape. He stated that about 2 minutes before the disaster, they heard an unusual sound coming from the upper slopes. Upon stepping outside to investigate what they saw, water began to gush down, prompting them to take immediate action to wake their neighbors.
Kwanza ilianza na maji ya red. Wanaona dalili ya kuwa inaenda kukatika. So baada ya hivyo tunaanza sasa kuita majirani wengine ndio wakuwe safe.
Kiprotich noted that their quick action to alert one another and flee to higher ground was the sole reason no lives were lost during the midnight ordeal.
So hii kitu ilitokea karibu saa 8:30. Wakati majirani walikuja kutuita, walipoona signs. So baada ya hapo karibu 2 minutes ndio ikaanza kulipuka.
Residents led by Philip Kimboi and Ronald Drono have issued an urgent appeal to the government to intervene and assist the victims in relocating to safer grounds.
Asaidie familia asa hii nyumba ya Kapsirili sababu ameleta hasara kubwa sana, amebomoa manyumba, mahindi, kuku mpaka ng'ombe.
The residents suggested that the government should provide alternative settlement land and gazette the affected escarpment as a forest zone to prevent similar disasters in the future.
Tunaomba tu serikali tusaidie. Atupande miti ama tuweke vitu kahawa na saidia hii familia ya Kapsirili.
Tumesikitisha sana kwa hii janga la mvua na tunaomba serikali wasaidie hao familia. Tunaona madhara mingi sana yenye yamefanyika na waweze kutafutia hao watu shamba ili waweze waende waishi ndio waweke mamiti hapa hivi.
The incident occurred less than a year after another devastating landslide hit Chesongoch in Marakwet East and Cape Kenda in KU North, where 50 people tragically lost their lives. For Legends Edition, I'm Gladys Mungai.
A section of members of parliament allied to the ruling Kenya Kwanza Alliance is now accusing former President Uhuru Kenyatta of propagating divisive politics as the country heads to next year's general election. The legislators said recent remarks by the retired head of state were undermining national unity. Elsewhere, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has urged Kenyans to embrace unity as a nation.
Remarks by former President Uhuru Kenyatta vowing to remain active in politics appears to arc a section of the ruling Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Speaking during a woman empowerment drive in Butula constituency, Busia County, the Kenya Kwanza Brigade, led by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, claimed that the recent political statements linked to the former head of state Uhuru Kenyatta risk undermining national unity.
Jana nimekusikia unaita wanasiasa wengine vinyangarika. Hiyo si heshima hata kidogo. Si heshima kwako wewe mwenyewe, si heshima kwa wenzako.
Mimi ningependa kumwambia Uhuru Kenyatta, if you behave like a retired president, people will respect you. But if you behave like a juvenile politician, people will treat you and nobody will respect you.
Sasa Uhuru mlimpatia miaka yake 10. Si anafaa kuwa tu mzee wa boma kupeana advice. Sasa machama na nini na kutukanana na machama ni ya nini?
The leaders are now urging fellow politicians to prioritize national cohesion instead of political rivalry.
Mnataka maandamano ama mnataka maendeleo? Watu wa ubaguzi na kutaka kuleta kuchocha Kenya nzima, watu tuchukiane washindwe.
Elsewhere in Vihiga County, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, has urged Kenyans to embrace unity as a nation.
Let us be united as a country. Politics can have its opposition and its whatever, but let us unite as a country.
Mudavadi was speaking in Sabatia at the funeral service of retired Senior Chief Asa Mambuya. And in Eldoret, Kenya Kwanza leaders, including Dandy Senator Samson Cherargei and Education Principal Secretary Professor Julius Bitok, praised the government for prioritizing the recruitment of educators to address the long-standing teacher shortage in Kenyan schools.
Na tunataka tushukuru rais. Unajua Kibaki, Uhuru na hao wengine walikuwa wanaandika 5,000 teachers per financial year. Rais William Ruto in the last 3 years is hired 130 teachers.
Alisema hata polisi ataandika walimu. Hata watu wa prison ataandika walimu. Hata watu wa NYS ataandika walimu.
The leaders now want the Teacher Service Commission to fast-track the transition of 44,000 teachers currently serving on contracts into permanent and pensionable positions. Gishuki Washira, Legends Edition.
Solidarity forever.
Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has urged Orange Democratic Movement supporters to back his presidential bid in 2027. Kalonzo, who is on a 2-day charm offensive in Nyanza, also outlined his intention to address pressing issues of national concern, including alleged extrajudicial killings, saying his leadership would prioritize justice and accountability. The Wiper leader further revealed that he's teaming up with other opposition figures to form a formidable team ahead of the 2027 general elections.
Na Wakenya wanajua mimi sio mtu mwenye tabia. You know, I was Kibaki's vice president. Kama nilikuwa na tamaa, ningekuwa nimeiba mashamba, nikachukua nini, nikafanya maajabu. But I said where I come from is lower than where we are. Sekuru is lower. Mimi ni mtoto kutoka dunia ngumu. So because I think of other people first, that is why. Unajinyima kwanza, ndio kwanza wenzako. Na Mungu anaachia mambo yote.
Police are holding a 45-year-old woman, Beatrice Wangare, believed to be the last person to see renowned gynecologist Dr. Jobo Bwaka before his sudden death. According to the police, the woman, who is believed to be Dr. Bwaka's business partner, shared lunch with the fallen doctor in Kitengela before he collapsed. The 83-year-old clinician was pronounced dead on arrival at Nairobi Hospital, where he used to offer maternal health services for decades. Let's look at matters in security, where Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen says the government has made significant strides in stabilizing security across the country. Speaking in Metkei, Elgeyo Marakwet County, Murkomen said the ongoing disarmament operation in North Rift region has recovered over 2,000 illegally owned firearms, and the area is now fully pacified. He said the government is resolving the conflict along the Kitui-Garissa and Kitui Tana River counties.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen was in Metke Elgeyo Marakwet County for a community empowerment initiative. The Cabinet Secretary took the opportunity to highlight the state of security across the country, saying the North Rift region is now fully secured and that the over 2,000 firearms already collected will be set on fire soon.
Mambo ya crime imekuja chini, imepungua, na kwa mara ya kwanza kwa Kenya, kwa sehemu moja, tumesanya bunduki zaidi ya 2,000 ambayo tutakuja kuchoma na rais hapa Kerio Valley, kwa sababu mambo ya usalama imeimprove kwa taifa letu.
The CS gave the government's assurance on resolving the ongoing conflicts along the borders of Kitui, Garissa and Kitui Tana River counties that has already claimed 15 lives.
Katuma askari ya kutosha, tuliwatumia gari ya kutumia, tumewaongezea NPR kutoka ile ilikuwa chini kwenda juu, kwa sababu Kenya mzima lazima ikuwe stabilized.
Murkomen also ordered the closure of illicit brew dens. He eyed residents in the area and Kenyans at large to adhere to weather advisories during the ongoing rainy season.
Tunataka kuomba Wakenya wote wajitahadhari na wakuwe waangalifu wanaposafiri, na wale ambao wanaishi sehemu ambayo inaonekana kama kuna mudslides ama landslide, tunataka wao washirikiane na county commissioner na wa chiefs kuhakikisha ya kwamba mkiambiwa msonge, tusonge, ndio tuhakikishe kwamba tusipoteze maisha kwa sababu ya mambo ya landslide.
Meanwhile, the government has extended the waiver on fees for the replacement of national identity cards and change of particulars for a further 6 months. Murkomen says the move now provides a defined waiver period running from April 30th to October 30th this year. Tilio Marco for Legends Edition.
The Legends Edition takes a short break. More news to follow, including sports.
Mbona mmefunga choo?
Ona tubungulia mubungwi.
Munipaie kare. Wewe.
Atafuta waiter. Umesema umeitana mara ngapi? Mara kama 6 hivi. Enda itana zingine 7. Hiyo ni yaka yote.
Kimbia. Huko ni kupaya. Mbona unaniletea chai na baridi hivyo? Ni nini inaendelea hapa kwa hii hoteli? Ni nini mbaya na wewe?
Watu wanaongezwa misara, wanaongezwa, wewe unaona sisi
shida yenu ni nini aswa?
Sasa
ngoja nije polisi. Polisi ndio wanakuja kuamua.
Ati nini?
Thank you for staying with us. Let's continue with the news. A look at what's happening in the counties where the Cabinet Secretary for Gender, Culture and Heritage, Hannah Wendot Cheptumo, has called on women benefiting from Women Enterprise Fund to prioritize loan repayment to enable more women groups to access funding. This and more in our County News Roundup.
Speaking during the disbursement of 38.6 million shillings to women groups in Kiambu County, the Cabinet Secretary highlighted women as reliable, consistent, and focused entrepreneurs capable of effectively managing businesses, noting that the current 95% repayment rate demonstrates strong financial discipline and the viability of women-led businesses.
Tunapewa mbegu, tunatoa mtoto. Tunapewa pesa, tunanunua shamba.
tunapewa pesa, tunalipa fees. Hiyo ndio wamama.
Elsewhere, security in Busia County has put bloggers and social media influencers on notice over rising cases of cyberbullying, hate speech, and body shaming, raising concern over the growing misuse of digital platforms by online personalities targeting residents, particularly women and political aspirants.
Na kila mtu apewe nafasi yake, aongee mambo yake. Na hiyo mambo yako ukiongea sio ya kutusi mwingine. Hakuna mtu ako na haki ya kutusi mwingine.
In Nakuru County, Kutusoi North MP Alfred Mutai and Molo counterpart Kuria Kimani have cautioned school principals against arbitrarily increasing fees in both primary and secondary schools, following a surge of complaints from parents over rising school fees.
Don't privatize a school that is above the school. Na iko na regulations ambayo nasimamia guidelines ya payment of school fees.
Mwalimu yoyote ambaye atatuma mwanafunzi nyumbani kwa sababu ya desk, that is a criminal and should be arrested.
Separately, traders at Ruiru Open Air Market staged protests after the relocation of a nearby dump site to pave the way for the construction of a water storage tank, alleging a possible grabbing of the land under the pretense of constructing the tank.
Unajua kuna wakati tumekaa chini tukaambiwa kuna hii project inakuja, na sasa ndio sababu umeona tumekuja wote pamoja, ndio sababu tujaribu kuona ni nini wanatuambia inatengenezwa.
Meanwhile, learners in Malava constituency, Kakamega County, have received bursary funds amounting to 46 million shillings from the National Government Constituencies Development Funds, with all applicants benefiting from the allocation.
Let me assure the people of Malava, bursaries will be prioritized. We will not allow a station where projects overshadow education of our children.
Finally, the National Biosafety Authority has signed a memorandum of understanding with Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology aimed at advancing studies in science and technology in the development and regulation of genetically modified organisms.
MUST has a huge concentration of experts in matters biosafety and biosecurity, and we expect to leverage from them and to enable the country benefit from this vast knowledge.
Joy Naomi reporting for Legends Edition.
In a world where news is ever changing, staying informed is more important than ever.
Join us every week on News Check, your go-to show for the latest in current affairs, breaking news and in-depth analysis.
A warm welcome to KBC News Check.
From politics to global events, we bring you content that matter to you.
We're not just speaking about the governance and how we want to see it, but want to actually participate.
Get your facts, hear from the experts, and really understand what is happening around you.
We need to change our system first.
You have to do the impossible
to
make sure the message is home.
Stay ahead, stay informed, stay engaged.
Will these people, everybody agree?
Just listen to me.
Let's give him a chance to clear the air.
Catch News Check every Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Only on KBC Channel 1.
Kitchen's big. Cooking, it's got everything. South-facing, big floor-to-ceiling windows. Take a look.
It kind of seems like you're living here too.
Does it?
What's wrong with your leg?
I was in a hurry. I tripped over.
It's New Year's. Why were you in a hurry?
Take it easy. It's not worth getting hurt.
Can't you stop looking at your phone? Everyone's eating. Why are you so busy?
Your girlfriend's gone. Forget about your stocks.
It's fine.
Thank you for staying with us. It's time for sports, and Bernard Okumu is in studio. What's happening, Bernard? The Kenyan team doing very well in Botswana.
Yes, indeed, Marie. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. I'm Bernardo Kumu. Indeed, as Marie has mentioned, the Kenyan team doing so well in Botswana at the World Relays. They've already punched the ticket to the World Championship this year. Stay here. I have this and much more coming up on our Legends Edition Sports. And we begin, of course, with what's happening in Gaborone, where the Kenya mixed relay team has booked its place at the 2027 World Athletics Championships in Beijing after an outstanding performance at the World Athletics Relays in Botswana, which saw them set a new African record. Take a look.
Villian, as Kenya are introduced to the crowd. They were the bronze medalists last year.
The 4x400 meter mixed quartet team of George Mutinda, Marcia Dongo, Kelvin Kiprotich and Mercy Chebet sealed Kenya's world qualification after finishing second in their heat in a new African and national record of 3 minutes 09.87 seconds. Under the competition rules, a top two finish in the heats guarantees automatic qualification. The heat was won by Great Britain, who also qualified for the World Championship. The two teams will meet again tomorrow in the final, where they will be joined by USA, who won Heat 1, Jamaica, who won Heat 2, Italy, Germany, Australia, Poland and Spain.
It will be Great Britain and take the honours in this heat ahead of Kenya, and in the end Italy come through for third position ahead of France to wait and see if their time is going to be fast enough.
And what a race. That didn't seem like a heat. That really seemed like a final.
Elsewhere, the mixed 4x100 meters team comprising Moses Wasike, Millicent Ndoro, Dennis Moy and Marcio Kech placed fourth in their heat in a national record time of 41.35 seconds and will have another shot at qualification through the recharge round.
And the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations Pamoja 2027 co-hosts Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda will take part in the qualifiers of the tournament, whose draw will be held on the 19th of May this year after the completion of the preliminary round. Now 48 teams, who include the three co-hosts, will be drawn into 12 groups of 4, with the top 2 from each group qualifying for the finals. The qualifiers will be played across 3 windows, with the opening match days slated from the 21st of September to 6th of October this year. The second set of qualifiers will be held between the 9th and 17th of November, with the final match day scheduled from the 22nd to 30th of March next year. The Confederation of Africa Football CAF has also confirmed that the AFCON Pamoja 2027 tournament will kick off from the 19th of June to 17th of July, marking the first time the Africa Cup of Nations will be co-hosted by 3 countries. Venues for the opening match and the final will be announced later by CAF. The 2027 Africa Cup of Nations will also mark a return to East Africa for the first time since 1976, with organizers aiming to build on the growing global appeal and commercial success of the competition, just like they successfully hosted the African Nations Championship in 2025. The 2009 champions Sofapaka is the first team to be relegated from the FKF Premier League this season after playing to a 2-all draw with Mathare United today afternoon at the Kasarani Annex. Sofapaka have been relegated with 4 matches remaining this season.
Mathare United came from an early goal down to draw 2-2 with Sofapaka and send the former champions out of the FKF Premier League. Mesha Kocheng netted for Sofapaka in the first minute of the game, but their lead lasted only for 23 minutes before Isaac Omweri leveled the scoreline. Sofapaka's slim hopes of survival were quashed just 4 minutes into the second half by John Makwata, who netted a second goal for Mathare. And despite Sofapaka's fight back, they only managed to score one more time through Malik Ntamba for the 2-2 draw. Mathare are now 12th on the table with 35 points, while Sofapaka remain on 18 points after 30 matches this season. Meanwhile, Kenya Police are through to the semi-finals of the Mozartbet Cup after beating Shabana FC 1-0 in their quarter-final game played today. Abud Omar scored the lone goal in the 41st minute of the quarter-final to move Police within 2 matches of the title that sends the winners to the CAF Confederations Cup next season. Meanwhile, Kenya Police Bullets thrashed Vihiga Queens 9-0 in their Women Premier League match played at the Police Circle Stadium. Bullets remain top of the table with 46 points and are edging closer to a 3rd straight title.
anaondosha mali ile goalkeeper pasi yako Sharon Vaida kwenye kichwa. Anita Ramata. Alice Mideri. Bora ana na iwai Margaret Kulihira anapenyeza kwa Emily Moranga. Emily Kemuto Moranga kwenye sanduku. Emily Moranga anaacha goalkeeper Moranga. Emily Kemuto Moranga. Terry Egesa.
In other matches, Kayole Starlets defeated Trinity Starlets 2-1. Zitex Parks lost 1-0 to Soccer Assassins. Kibera Soccer Women narrowly defeated Bungoma Queens 4-3, while Ulinzi Starlets under resounding 5-0 win over Gideon Starlets.
And it is a scoreline that the former three-time Kenya Women Premier League champions, Vihiga Bullets, will be looking forward to forgetting. And the best way for them to do that is by bouncing back in their second match. Moving on, where Kenya Ports Authority finished 6th at the ongoing Africa Men's Club Volleyball Championship in Kigali, following a straight sets defeat to Port Autonome in the classification match. Port Autonome made a strong statement early in the contest.
Queen Martin.
My name is Queen Mary.
I met this girl at Nairobi, and I saw a very beautiful girl.
Nilikuwa naona kijana akinichokoza, naona mimba direct, hata kama sijafanya kitu. So he told me, will you marry me? Nilikuwa naenda kutoa mizigo, vitu zangu zote, ahamisha akapeleka kwake. That's what I got married. That is how I got married. It's good to legalize your marriage, by the way. Wacha kukaa kama kufulizwa.
Since we got our second born, she goes through with a lot of pain for almost 1.5 years.
Kieda 1 week anakuja kama nimemiss.
I have been seeing her growing. Now she is there to support my business.
Dua nani gozoe tuduane wedoge sama.
Welcome back. On to basketball now, where the Strathmore Blades men's team edged past Ulinzi Warriors 62-55 in a tightly contested Kenya National Basketball League match played at the Nyayo Indoor Arena. Blades came out firing in the first quarter, establishing an early dominance with a 22-12 lead. However, Ulinzi Warriors responded strongly in the second quarter, scoring Blades by 22-14 to level the contest heading into halftime. The third quarter saw a balanced battle, with the Blades registering a 15-13 win to regain control of the match. In the decisive fourth quarter, both sides fought hard, but Blades held their nerves despite a 13-11 push from Ulinzi to secure a crucial and narrow 62-55 victory. In the Division 1 matches, Shoot for Life defeated Strathmore University 74-57. Meanwhile, the Women's Premier League defending champions KPA thrashed Lady Titans 101-38 baskets as Zetech Development beat National Youth Service 64-48 in Division 1. And 4 teams advanced to the semi-finals of the ongoing inaugural Centenary Cricket Cup semi-finals at the Sikh Union Grounds here in Nairobi. The tournament was geared towards celebrating 100 years since the formation of the Nairobi Sikh Club.
A total of 10 teams was split into 2 groups, battling it out in a competitive group stage that showcased emerging talent and thrilling cricket action. From Group A, Stray Lions and Canopies Blue emerged as the top sides to secure semi-final qualification after impressive performances.
I've been the past chairman of the Cricket Board of Kenya, and I would like the cricket to come up as it was before. So we'll have to pull our socks up. We need to do a lot of, joining together, shouldering together, where we can get the team to the status where it was in the 90s and in the 2000s.
In Group B, and Sikh Union Cubs proved their dominance, finishing the top 2 positions to complete the semi-final lineup.
This tournament we have 10 teams, so those are a total of 100 players. We're holding a 8-a-side cricket tournament just to give everyone to show the club that there's cricket alive in this club. I've been playing for this club since I was 8 years old. The club has given me opportunities that I can't express with words.
The semi-finals are scheduled for tomorrow at 2 p.m., setting the stage for an exciting showdown as the 4 teams vie for a place in the final of the inaugural competition. Frederick Moki for Legends Edition.
And the Kenya Chess Federation is set to name a squad which will represent the country in the 17th Africa Chess Championship to be held in Entebbe, Uganda from the 14th to 23rd of this month. According to the FIDE Federation regulations, each country is set to be represented by a maximum of 12 players.
The team will be selected from the 2026 Kenya National Youth and Cadets Chess Championship held in Mangu High School, where Karugu Maina was crowned the boys under 8 years category winner after amassing 9 points, while Banis Wambui won the girls under 18 years category. After that championship, Chess Kenya Federation is now set to unveil the team that will represent Kenya in the African Youth Chess Championships to be held in Entebbe, Uganda. 6 categories will be featured, including the under 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18 years categories. After the end of the African Championship, the Federation will name a team which will feature in the World Youth Chess Championship in Italy and the Commonwealth Chess Championship in Sri Lanka. Frederick Moki for Legends Edition.
And to Nakuru now, where Jeremiah Abuko stole the spotlight at Dondi Mtaani Nakuru Edition Fitness in Nakuru, delivering a standard performance to clinch victory in the men's flyweight during a thrilling boxing showdown that energized the local sporting community. In the women's division, a determined boxer from Uganda, Mercy Akayo, emerged victorious after fiercely contested the match in the featherweight, adding an international flair to the competition and raising the level of excitement among the boxing spectators. The high-octane event brought together talented fighters from Bondeni, London and across Nakuru Town West, creating an electric atmosphere as fans filled the venue to witness the 5 action-packed bouts. And finally, the Kenya Handball Federation League matches that were scheduled this weekend at the Nyayo National Stadium have been postponed following the heavy rains which have wreaked havoc across the country. The decision was made to ensure the safety of players, officials and fans as the heavy downpour rendered the playing courts unsuitable for any competition. In the latest standings, National Cereals and Produce Board continue to lead the men's table with 21 points. They are closely followed by Equity Bank in the second place, with Ulinzi Shooters occupying third place. In the women's category, Ulinzi Sharks remain at the summit of the standings, while Nairobi Water and National Cereals and Produce Board complete the top three positions. The postponement means teams will have to wait for another week before resuming their push for crucial points as the race for the league title intensifies. And thank you so much for watching. That's it from me. I'm Bernardo Kumu. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you so much for keeping it Legends Edition. That's where we bring the Legends Edition to a close tonight. And Bernardo Kumu was there just updating you on what is happening as far as sports is concerned. My name is Maria, but of course, helping me on the sign language was Caroline Njoroge. Do have a good night.
Pedestrian precautions. Stay safe on foot. Do not attempt to walk through moving flood waters. Use footbridges or elevated paths where possible. Avoid open manholes, drains, and slippery surfaces. Stay visible. Wear bright clothing at night. In case of emergency, call the numbers on your screen.